We all have an inner voice in our heads that guides us, nags us, and motivates us. But what if that inner voice becomes too critical, making us doubt ourselves at every point, thus impacting our self-confidence and self-esteem? Hi, and welcome to the Connected Minds podcast. It's good to have an inner critic as it keeps us in check, but it doesn't take long to spiral down the circle of excessive negativity. For example, having thoughts like, "She will think I am stupid" during a conversation with a colleague. "I won't get this job in an interview," "Everybody will laugh at me" before giving a presentation, etc. These are all examples of negative thoughts that creep in when we are having a dialogue with that inner critic. Such ideas are unhelpful and might cause more harm than we would like to think. As we saw in the presentation example, if the thought lingers on for too long, it starts affecting our emotions and actions. Due to negativity, we will be more anxious than usual, and our thoughts will be clouded. This will manifest in our speech, fumbling, pauses, and body language, restlessness, sweating, shifting from toe to toe, etc. Thus, we will end up with a bad presentation, leading to a self-fulfilling prophecy. Such thoughts have a massive impact on our self-worth and also hold us back from facing situations that make us anxious or fearful. Constant rumination can reduce motivation and make us feel helpless. Studies have linked pessimistic thinking with depression and other mental health issues. Also, due to the immense stress that emanates from negative self-talk, we tend to lose focus on our goals and miss opportunities that can help us grow. So how do we tackle our inner critic? First, we have to be aware of our thoughts. Reflect upon what you are thinking and if it is helpful in any way. Also, remember that just because you are thinking something does not make it true. We tend to have thoughts that might be blown out of proportion or biased. These are usually called cognitive distortions. For example, your friend did not pick up when you called, and you thought she did not want to be friends anymore. This is an example of cognitive distortion. On the other hand, it might be the case that your friend is busy and thus is not answering the phone. Secondly, try to identify if your thought is helping you in any way. For example, if your supervisor scolded you in front of your juniors, you will feel embarrassed and replay the scenario in your head the whole day. Ruminating won't help you in any way. It will only worsen your mood. Instead, try to create an action plan that will help you solve the problem at hand. It will distract your mind and keep you busy. Your mind will likely go back to think of the scenario again, but if you indulge in activities you enjoy, your mind will keep you away from it. The third technique is to imagine what advice you would have given if your friend was in the same situation as yours. You would not criticize him by saying, "You always make silly mistakes, nobody likes you," etc. Then why do we criticize ourselves? Why are we so harsh on ourselves if we are supportive of our friends? So treat yourself with the same love and patience as you would treat your friends. Encourage yourself by saying, "It's not the end of the world," or "Mistakes can happen. To err is human after all." Fourth, learn to replace such overly negative thoughts with kinder but realistic statements. So if you have an idea like, "I will never succeed," you can replace it with, "I may lag on some things, but I have come so far. That's a success too." Finally, count your blessings to boost your mood, motivation, and self-worth. Another technique is to imagine the worst-case scenario. For example, what is the worst that could happen if you embarrassed yourself in front of your friends? Would you lose yourself, or would it become a funny story your friends might choose to remember and narrate? If you had a bad presentation, would it end your career, or will you forget it in a few days and take it as a learning opportunity to better your skills? This technique helps to relieve the stress that ruminating brings and helps to gain clarity. Acceptance. Only when you accept the feelings of anxiousness, the errors you made, and other flaws you have, will you be able to grow. We are humans, and nobody is perfect. Feeling scared before taking a stage is normal. Accept the emotion, but make sure you act on it. If you don't take action, you won't improve or grow. Thus, go through the experience, note what mistakes happened, and work on them to get better. Nobody is perfect, but everybody can become a better version of themselves. We are all works in progress. In a beautiful quote by Robert Kiyosaki, "It's not what you say out of your mouth that determines your life, it's what you whisper to yourself that has the most power."